up? It's me, ADRI.V, the Go Getta, and I want to welcome you to the G Code podcast. You see, this is a place you go to get the pretty, the ugly, and the grind to success. There's always a story to be told, and everything that glitter ain't gold. So understand this: there is no need for the cheat code when you got the G Code. So get your notebooks and pens ready. It's time for us to get into it. Welcome to the G Code.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? This your man Troy from the Capital Music Group, and you are now tuned in with your girl ADRI.V, the Go Getta, on the G Code.
Hey, what's up, my go-getters? It's me, ADRI.V, the Go Getta, and welcome to another episode of the G Code, where we give you the pretty, the ugly, and the grind to success. Now, you know, every story has not been told, and everything that glitter ain't gold. And when I talk about that, and I mention that, is that, you know, so many times we can get caught up on the image of what something looks like, you know, what Instagram, how Instagram come across, how a person looks like they're killing the game, how a person looks like they're really doing it, or they live in life according to their Snapchat post and their Instagram post and their Facebook, you know, that they got it all together. But what you need to remember is that social media is a lie, okay? And I say this because you never know that the people that's posting can really be depressed as hell and their life is miserable, but they're just capturing the most beautiful parts about it. And to you, you're over watching and looking like, man, I wish I had that hand. Oh my gosh, I wish that I had that actual opportunity that they're doing. And you never know if, they can be out in this exploring the world, but living in a hostel, and they don't even know if their clothes is going to be there when they come back from the beach. So you just really never know the circumstance and situation of what somebody is portraying. So what I need you to do on this podcast, I really want to get back to focusing on you, because I feel like even going into the summer, as we about to hit June, which marks we're halfway through the year, sometimes you have to refocus, you know, and recharge, just to kind of get yourself back on track. You know, when a train is rolling and going to a particular destination, there are different tracks that the train jumps on in order for it to make itself to make itself ready for the transition or the turns that it needs to make, or, you know, and so the track moves, you know, for one destination going to New York City, it can be, you know, you're going that way, but then a track will shift if you need to make your way to an Atlanta or a DC, because going that one particular track does not get you to that. It does not get you to that particular destination that you want to go to. So on this podcast, episode 50 marks, you know, a halfway mark to almost 100. And it's crazy because I know for a fact I should already be at 100. You know, I've missed several Wednesdays when I was going through being depressed, or when I was, you know, going through the times of my mother having to have her breast cancer surgery. And you kind of just push yourself back from doing the things that you should do. So I know I should already probably be at episode 100, but I'll take episode 50 because the focus is that I kept going. The focus is to continue to go, and the focus is that you just have to keep doing it no matter what. So here I am on this Wednesday to help you get over the hump. We are halfway through the month, and I mean, not through the month, we're halfway through the week, and we're almost at the halfway mark of the year. So there's some things that I want you to think about as we refocus, as we recharge. And the focus should be back on you. You know, in my 20s, I realized I was very selfish with my time. And what I mean by being very selfish with my time is that I sacrifice a whole freaking lot. Like, the hell a lot, like through my 20s, even if my teens, like, you know, every Friday night I was at the radio station when I could have been out partying, and I was completely committed to that. You know, I would stay up working on projects and being committed to those particular projects. You know, I'm not really tight and have great friendships with few of my friends from college, simply because, you know, I didn't really have time to just sit around and hang around. Well, It's not that I didn't have time. I just chose not to. And I remember one of my friends in college, like, hey, Adri, I was like, well, hey, why you guys didn't invite me to the get together? That's like, well, we just know that you're not going to show up anyways. You're probably out doing something. And it kind of made me sad because they just already assumed that I wouldn't come. And they just pretty much, X'd me out. And as I look back, it's like, man, I could have went to that Cancun trip, during spring break, but I was so busy trying to complete an internship. Or when I was doing my internships, I really could have took road trips and doing things during the summer, but I was focused on trying to make my way to New York City and doing my internship at BET or CNN. And, I look back and in my 20s, I really sacrificed time of just having fun. I always was calculated, was trying to figure out if, what I'm doing, how can I mix business with it and have fun? And, I look back like, yo, Adri, you really freaking sacrificed a whole hell of a lot of time where you could have just been out lollygagging and having fun, but everything has always been strategic. Everything has always been focused. Everything has always been trying to make it happen. And to a fault, because now I look back and it's like, do I have regrets? Yeah, sometimes I regret it. And then sometimes I wonder if all the work I'm putting forth really is not in vain. And I have to remind myself it's not in vain. So everything that in the words of my homeboy, and everything that I killed in my 20s, I am going to eat in my 30s. And everything that I killed in my 30s, I'm going to eat in my 40s. Because what I have learned in the focus of refocusing my focus and also recharging myself is that I have to fall in love more with the process instead of the prize. So many times when I have gone to Darien Lake, I've seen the stuffed animal that I wanted to get. So many times when I have gone to Dave & Buster's, I looked at how many tickets it took for me to get this particular prize. And so I was so focused on the prize that I became frustrated when I didn't win a game. I became frustrated when I only got a couple tickets. I became immediately frustrated when it was only a couple things that I received, versus really falling in love with playing the game, falling in love with the process that will get me the tickets to eventually get me the prize. And I want to encourage you as we refocus and recharge to fall in love with the process. And I feel like I am really rekindling that love again with the process, where I'm waking up every morning at 4:30 in the morning to go to a radio station to produce and assist with a radio show that's not necessarily mine, but it's for a syndicated show. And I'm getting joy out of waking up and doing it because I am learning what it's like to wake up for a daily show. I'm preparing myself for my daily show that will happen. And because I'm falling in love and learning how to get up every morning at 4:30, maybe I will be on a morning show. And by no means, I've been using the hashtag on my social media, road to radio. I'm not where I want to be exactly in radio. And I feel like, even when I reach where I want to be, I still won't be there because I know there's always more that I'm going to achieve after. How crazy is that? Even once you get it, you're still not happy. Not that I'm not happy, but I can be content but not complacent. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want to ramble on in my own thoughts or even in my own antidote that I'm trying to give you, but the focus is refocusing and also recharging. And I have to say this because yesterday, as I sat in my bed, didn't go into the office to do work. In addition to being on the radio, I run social media for a not-for-profit organization in a charter school. And the beauty in that is that they give me the leeway and the freedom to work from home or come into the office when need be. And so yesterday, I really wanted to get some work done because whenever I'm in the office or whenever I'm in the classroom and working with students, I realize I don't really get the work done because I'm so focused on the current and what's happening in the live moment. That's my alarm for my phone. I never really get the work done I set out to do. So I decided to go home. And I sat in my bedroom, on my bed with my laptop, my notes, my planner and everything, and I started working. And I turned on the TV, which was a mistake, but I still always just need the background noise. And so I turned on the television and Grey's Anatomy came on. Shout out to my girl, Shonda Rhimes, The Year of the Yes. I'm actually starting to read that one. And don't come for me, folks, because I'm sure many have already read it. But here's my first read. But again, I started watching Grey's Anatomy, and I've never been a big Grey's Anatomy Anatomy fan, and I think it's an awesome show. I just have never really gotten into certain television shows, barely watch TV anyways. But my one roommate used to be a faithful watcher of Grey's Anatomy. And so yesterday I just happened to have it on. And I heard this quote that came across. It came across, and I just kind of just brushed it off, and I was just reading and doing my work. But then they said it again. And what they said was, do you know who you are? Do you know what happened to you? Do you want to live this way? And in that particular moment, there was a doctor who was playing out two scenarios. You know, she was playing out a scenario of someone telling them that they wanted to die after finding out they were paralyzed, and she just worked hard on their heart and doing open heart surgery and doing something that is never really possible, but she was able to do it. But then this person decided to say they wanted to die in one scenario, and then she ended up walking out and seeing her ex-lover and seeing him and telling him how she loved him. And then fast forward, and they had children, then they had some more children, and she wasn't even focused on her career anymore, to the point to where she pretty much was depressed. And then they took it back again, and they asked the question, you know, do you know who you are? Do you know what happened to you? Do you want to live this way? Then it was another scenario. So when she finished doing the open heart surgery on a gentleman, and she walked into the room and she found out he had was paralyzed, and he decided to live, and she walked out happy, and she saw her ex-lover, and she just decided to say, hey, let's go have some drinks, let's go have some fun. And it wasn't really about her wanting to marry him or have children with him or have this life with him, which made her miserable after having it, you know. And it gave you these two scenarios. And when I sat and I thought about those two scenarios, and I just thought about us in our everyday life, my go-getters going after their dreams, trying to turn things into a reality, making things happen, I really just thought about the question that, do we really ask ourselves this question? Do you know who you are? Do you know what happened to you? Do you want to live this way? And, you know, I'm such a mushy person, most recently, just through all the things I've been dealing with. And I started to cry because I had to ask myself again, do I know who I am? Do I know what has happened to me? And do I want to live this way? And I told myself I definitely know who I am. I know what has happened to me. And no, I do not want to live this way for the rest of my life. So in that moment, I got up. I said, you know, I'm going to stop doing this work at 6 o'clock. I'm going to get up and I'm going to start working on some of the things that I want to achieve and make sure it is in my daily routine, as if it's already not. But I have to be adamant and deliberate in making sure that I'm focusing on me and I'm recharging my desire, my dreams, my goals and ambitions on a daily basis. And that is what I want you to get. Every day is a fight for your focus. Every day is a fight for your dream, because there are things that's out there that are there to try to steal your joy. There are things that are out there that will try to tell you that what you're trying to achieve is not achievable. There are things and people that are out there that will not help you along the way, that would discourage you, that will tell you what you're doing is stupid, that would tell you that, you know, oh, you're not going to make it, or that will try to just play off what you're trying to promote, begin, or even do via social media. But I want to encourage you that, my alarms keep going off, that I want you to recharge and refocus on you. Fight for your dreams every day. Fight for your focus every day. And ask yourself this question. Do you know who you are? Do you know what happened to you? Do you want to live this way? And if your answers are no to each of these questions, decide every day to figure it out. Decide every day to figure out the life that you want to live, and decide for you to know who you are and what has happened to you and how you could change it, fix it, or continue to roll with the way it is. Well, I'm yours truly, ADRI.V, the Go Getter, and that was your quick weekly dose of the G Code, as I gave you my own reality, my own revelation, and my own way for you to get up, get out, now go and get it on this Wednesday. There's no need to ever talk about, oh, it's hump day. No, baby. You are only trying to get over the hump when you don't have the ability to jump. So I double dog dare you to make that jump happen on today and turn your dreams into reality, or you'll forever work for someone who did. I love you so much for checking into the G Code, and always remember, welcome to the G Code. Be sure to subscribe to the G Code. Find it on iTunes. Also, download ADRI.V, the Go Getta app on your Google Play or in your iTunes App Store for free. And always have the G Code at your fingertips on a daily. Want to catch up on some of the G Codes as well? Go to www.adrivthegogetta.com and also subscribe on SoundCloud and YouTube. And remember, you can check a new episode out each and every Wednesday as we get you over the hump with the G Code.
I was born in the G Code, embedded in my blood. Matter of fact, you just triggered a level orange G Code security threat.
And that's the G Code, the G Code.